Okay, this is going to be lesson number 2, but video number 6. Quick disclaimer, all opinions on these videos are my own, not that of any other person, organization, band, or YouTube. I claim no expertise in any subject which might be contained in these videos other than of my own experience. The purpose of these videos is to share what I've learned to date about playing the Highland bagpipes and drums. These videos are not a replacement for a competent instructor, which I cannot stress enough is required to properly learn the Highland bagpipes or drums. The viewer accepts all responsibility for how they use the material presented. Go Arkansas State University. Okay, this video is going to be on note recognition. This should be within the first lesson or two in your tutor book, whichever one you have, and I'll refer you to that. By note recognition, what I'm talking about is the ability to see a note on a written staff and quickly play that note without having to think a whole lot about it and find the fingerings. The other type of note recognition is for someone to give you a note name, and then again you immediately play it without having to think a whole lot about it. Some people will tend to learn by note name, and then when they see it on the page they have to see the note, think, okay, that count up, that's going to be a C, now here's how I do a C. That's two different translations, and that will slow you down. You want to be able to see it, play it, or hear the name, play it, directly. One of the tools that I use to test this and encourage the students to do for learning is flashcards. I'll take just regular note cards on the back, and I will draw the staff and draw a note on there. I don't care really about the value. You can draw it as a whole note, a half note, a quarter note, whatever you want, but just a single note. And actually it's kind of good sometimes to do 3 or 4 of each note, kind of like having 2 or 3 decks of cards all mixed in together. And then they can, if they've got 2 or 3 decks of them like that, they can just turn them over upside down, flip it over, play it, flip one over, play it, flip one over, play it. Or have a family member or somebody draw them out for them. I will test the student on their note recognition with my own copy of them. I'll just flash one, have them play it. Then I'll pull up another one, have them play that. Pull up another one, have them play that, and keep them shuffled up. When they're initially learning to play and to do it, it's good for the student to make their own and possibly make a version something like this, where you have the note and then you actually have the fingerings of which next to it of which holes to cover and which ones are uncovered. And if you'll notice, I even draw a line between the top hand and bottom hand just to help out a little bit. Now, I don't make these for the students. They have to make them themselves, and then maybe a second deck without the fingerings until they learn them. Another good tool, and I got this idea from the Shreveport band, Red River Pipes and Drums. They used to have on their website an online flashcard. You'd go to a certain URL, and it would flash up, almost just like this, a note, and it would stay there for 3 or 4 seconds, and then it would flash another one in random order. I referred people to that quite often, and then their web page went down for maintenance. So I went ahead and did the same thing on one of my web pages, and with the addition of, I've got it in 2 different speeds. There's a slow speed and then a faster speed. So if you've got an internet connection, which I hope you do because you're seeing this video, there is that, and I'm hoping to add to that additional note changes, grace notes, embellishments such as that. But flashcards, that is note recognition. So once you've learned the lesson 1, the notes and the correct fingerings, and hopefully you're still working on the D's and E's, and then the high A and high G, and you can start putting that in the scale, which always goes up and down. My next step would be flashcards, or some way of having notes come to you in random order and get to where you can just see the note, play it, see the note, play it, without it necessarily being a tune or always up and down the scale. That is the basics of reading music, and if you can't read music, you're going to have a hard time learning to play the pipes. So that ought to keep you busy for a week or so.